What's up, guys? It's King One with Hijo de Ramon Music Library. We're not doing a breakdown today. We're actually doing a little bit of surgery on my Fender Rhodes. There's really nothing wrong with it, but every once in a while you have to like tweak the tines and stuff and the reeds. I think that's what they're called. These right here. Tweak these so that way when you play it, it sounds how you want it to sound, and there's nothing wonky or fucked up happening when you're actually hitting the keys. And I did notice one of the keys when I was recording today, it sounded a little weird. This one right here. And I'm just gonna go through and just kind of mess around to see if I can tweak anything and just show you like the differences of how you can tweak stuff using a few tools. This one is just kind of like, I don't know what the fuck this thing is called, but you just use this for the back. You tweak this, and what this does is this moves this section of the Rhodes where I think where the reed hits, like, man, I wish I'd done more research on what this shit is called, but all I know is that when you hit the key, it hits what I think is like the part that makes the noise or sends the electrical signal to the output. So it just, you're basically playing with the distance. So I guess like the closer you bring it to this reed part right here, the louder it'll be, and then the further away, the quieter or less aggressive the sound will be. And then you can mess with this, and it just changes the tone of each key. And when I bought the Rhodes, it already came pre-adjusted. It was all ready to go, but as you play it, things move around. The tightness of these screws and these nuts right here in the back kind of get loose, or they move slightly, so things just get shifted. And today I noticed a little weirdness with this key, and I'm just gonna go through and mess around with it so that we get an idea. But just to show you what I'm talking about, I'm basically gonna move this little part right here in the back. Notice how it becomes a lot quieter. Bring it closer. Oh, that's way too close. Shit. I think right there is good. You just go in, tighten it, and then there, I think I might have fixed it. And then I'm noticing some of these keys too sound a little airy, or like there's too much movement, so you hear extra noise. So what I'm gonna do is take my screwdriver and just adjust the height of this part right here. I think there's another problem. This one's too loud. Yeah, sorry that I didn't know exactly what the fuck I was talking about at the beginning of this video, but if you're looking for specific technical terms, this isn't the place. But I just thought I'd give you a little behind the scenes of how I tweak shit in the back of the Rhodes. It's a beautiful instrument, and I love it, and I would prefer to open this thing up and tweak it with my hands instead of having to deal with digging through folders and going into the computer trying to figure out why the plugin will load or why the plugin crashes. Don't get me wrong, the plugins are great, but I just prefer this. Going through now, listening to things. This one's loud as shit too now. Bring this down. This lower key, at the very last key, I rarely ever use it, but it's always giving me issues. I feel like I can't get it to sound right, so it's just too muddy, but I think that's just like the nature of the Rhodes. Anything in this area you rarely ever play, and everything really high you ever rarely play, unless you want like those, you know, really bright keys, but this is mainly where you're gonna be playing, you know, even with you're hitting like your bass notes, you're gonna be here, you know. So yeah. This one's too loud too. Oh, this is cool too. You can actually like, you can do some interesting things while you're playing. Maybe. You know, I guess like little sound design things, but I was trying to mess with this one. Again, with these lower notes, see, okay, so this is, I was just tweaking it, and then I noticed that this key doesn't quite sound like the rest. It's too muffled. It's not exactly the character that I want. And all I'm doing by tweaking these two screws, I'm lifting this tine up to kind of give the reed, I think, more ability to hit the head over here. So now that I raised it, I'm gonna see if I can bring it closer. So close. I just. So yeah, there you go. It's a little bit better now. But yeah, if anyone's interested in like adding a Rhodes to like their studio, I highly recommend it. There's a few of them that pop up like on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace if you're lucky, and just coming across it. If you see one and it's in decent shape, definitely pick it up. I think I paid $1,500 for this one. This is a Mark 1 stage, and I love it. I love it. It's super. Just classic. It's a legendary instrument. Really flexible when it comes to like effects. You can run it through pedals, your plugins. I mean, just the sound itself, like it's really hard to top. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think what I'm gonna do now is just kind of show you how I put my rig back together, because I had some synthesizers sitting out top, because right now I had to take everything off, so I'm going to show you how everything looks, or what I do to put everything back. So I picked up a new keyboard, I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks ago. I found it on Craigslist. Someone locally had this Rhodes MK-80 sitting in their home since the 80s, or since the 90s. I don't know if I forgot when she said when she bought it, but I'm gonna say early 90s. And she apparently had received it as a gift from her boyfriend back then. She was a songwriter, and her goal or her plan was to use it to write music and to pursue songwriting, I guess, but it never happened. And this keyboard pretty much sat at her home since then, untouched, minus a few, you know, things on the keys. This is pretty much brand new. I got it for a really good price. They were really happy that it went to me, because I told them I'd put it to good use, and this is exactly what I was looking for as far as new additions for the studio. The sound on this is just really reminiscent of, like, I think of like early gospel, like 80s gospel and 90s gospel. Like just those electric keys, really on the verge or like on the edge of being corny, but really useful. I really love the sound, and I think a lot of the magic happens when I run it through some of the effect pedals that I got, and then plugins with a really good chorus, and some other things. It sounds really good, and actually it's got built-in effects. That's actually yeah, so see, it comes with tremolo, phaser, and a chorus, and it's got a nice little EQ section here. You can control pretty much everything from these controls, and you can go through your presets and menu dive through here. But comes with these little sections: classic, special, blend, contemporary, A piano 2, clav, and vibraphone. And the sounds are great. Like, I was actually really surprised. This is the keyboard that came out right before the, I think, the MKS-20, which is like the more popular electric piano that came out. So this is the older brother. But yeah, the sounds are great. Let me go through one of my favorite sections. It's the A piano 2. Make it brighter, bring in some of the mids, lower mids. The low end on this is actually really good. I was really surprised. But yeah, so yeah, been using this a lot lately. I set the mode right on top. I figured when I'm jamming, I'm coming up with ideas, I love to have, you know, a piano with a synthesizer on top. And that's like kind of like a reoccurring theme in my studio. I'll have on this side, I got the Fender Rhodes with the Prophet 6 and the Rev 2. So a lot of my songwriting actually happens either here or here, where I got another piano with a synthesizer. So it just really depends on the mood. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I mean, I'm doing my best to try to come up with some content, shoot some videos, but I think I struggle with coming up with valuable shit to record. Either way, I'm gonna keep pushing and keep filming as much as I can. More samples on the way.